Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video on Bitcoin. So Bitcoin continues to work through this consolidation correction phase here, which started on the 21st of November after the sell-off that we all remember very, very well. Again, since that 21st of November low, the market has done what it needed to do. It moved into our resistance area, which you also see on the daily time frame, of course. Yeah. So I've been talking about this again and again. I still don't have any evidence that something else could be playing out here, something more bullish. I'm considering it, of course. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, of course, we talk about it as well, but I still treat this as a wave 4 bounce. Yeah. So basically, that this is a third wave to the downside, and then this could be a fourth wave bounce. And the market really has difficulties to push higher. We have marginally higher highs all the time here, or at least not all the time, but at least 3 times now in this range. But each high, it's like it's losing momentum, right? So the resistance area is just doing its job. It's strong, it's providing resistance, and especially the area around the 38.2 retracement level at 92,588 seems to be particularly strong resistance. So at the moment, there's no reason to change anything here. The price action to the upside is overlapping. The market clearly has difficulties to push higher. I would not rule out that this correction stretches into the new year. I mean, this often happens, like a fourth wave um, over the holiday season. That's something that happened before. And I will still not rule out that this wave 4 simply extends. It can easily extend, and there are various ways. I will show you that on the smaller time frame. I looked at the micro patterns again this morning and thought about, well, okay, could it be this? Could it be that? There are a couple of options that the market could take, even in this wave 4. Because let's be honest, this resistance area, while it is strong, the price did not get rejected impulsively so far. Okay, we have not seen an impulsive rejection, so higher is still possible, even in this wave 4. So I have also shown here on the chart, just for you to see how a more bullish scenario could unfold. That's the yellow scenario, in which we could get 5 waves up, either as part of a pattern in blue that could take us to all-time highs, or just a wider ABC structure as shown in yellow. But really, this is only a potential. I just want you to know what a 5-wave sequence would look like. And as you probably know, if you follow the work here, a 5-wave pattern is an indication of the trend direction. Until we see 5 waves and until we break above resistance, the pressure is normally downward. Of course, in the short term, there's currently no evidence that this overall corrective bounce is finished. So it can stretch higher, but it can still just be seen as a wave 4 bounce. Now I would say let's take a look at the shorter time frame here for Bitcoin. And apologies. And you can see that, well, let me explain. So the patterns are unchanged from yesterday, right? So I want to say there's a possible change that I might introduce here. Let me remove that just so we have a little bit more room. For now, I interpret this wave 4 as a WXY structure. That's possible where this was a wave W, this is an X wave, and then this is an A, B, C. Now, that is possible, but I don't think with the current development we actually need the WXY anymore. I made the change on the Solana chart already, as some of you know who are on our Discord server, and who, if you get the updates on Discord, then you know that already. And the last member update earlier today, I said I might make a change on the Bitcoin chart as well. I don't think I need to make a change yet, but it is something I'm considering. It wouldn't really make a change much. But what I want to highlight is as you know, I label that as a WXY structure because this move up here, it can be classed as a 3-wave move. Now, because this move is a little shorter than this move, I don't treat it as a full ABC. I just treat it as WX, and then the Y wave is an ABC. I don't want to explain all of that again. I did that over the last few days again and again and again. So because this move is not as long as this move that started on the 21st of November, I still think the WXY pattern might still be the better pathway. So I'll leave it as it is for now. On the Solana chart, the other pathway makes more sense, where we simplified it a bit. You'll find out if you're not on Discord, you'll find out in the Solana video this afternoon. But here, I think either way, the count that I shared yesterday is still intact, where we said this is an A wave down, this is a B wave up, and we could now come down in a C wave, dip back into micro support, and this is the support zone that we already talked about last week, which is probably going to be tested again. And if we get it tested again, then the market can attempt another rally from there. But this is all corrective price action at the moment. So at the moment, we're simply tracking the waves. There are no reliable setups as such. However, I think if we get that C wave decline, a completed 5-wave move, we can watch for a C wave rally. There would be a good reward to risk ratio probably for a long trade, at least from a structural point of view. But it would still be within a larger wave 4 bounds. So it's not, you don't trade with the main trend if you trade that. So it's all corrective, choppy price action. I said it before, if you're trading in this range, you're likely going to be chopped up. Now, what I've shared in yesterday's video, this here can be classed as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I think wave 3 could still get one more low. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I shared a micro resistance area already in the member update earlier today, which is here between, let me just adjust that and move to the right a little bit, $90,590 and $91,916. What is that for? So if the C wave to the downside is really an impulse, the market should not break above 91,916. So short-term pressure is downward until we complete the pattern and until we break above $91,916. If we break above it, it would be even more ugly than it already is, this pattern. It would now look best if in this B wave pullback, in wave Y, we could get a clean A, B, C structure, and the C wave should form 5 waves. That's at least what I'm watching for. The micro patterns need to change a little bit. Should we see a break above $91,916? I don't see any indication for that, but bear in mind, within corrective patterns, changes of microstructures are common and normal and expected. So it's just that it's important to understand, are we actually in an impulse overall, or are we in a corrective pattern and we're moving within the scope of a corrective pattern? That's the update on Bitcoin. That should give you the next support levels and resistances, as well as the overall structure. So I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, I invite you to join us on X for additional chart updates. And also, I asked you today if there are any chart requests. So if you have any requests, feel free to let us know on X. I put the link in the comment section. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.